In this video, I'm going to be solving SAT reading and writing section grammar questions. So let's get started. In 1881, French chemist Camille Ferrer redesigned the rechargeable lead-acid battery. Ferrer's design greatly increased the amount of electricity that the original battery, which the French physicist Gaston Planté 15 years earlier, could hold. Okay, so they're telling us this is a type of question of tenses. Okay, so we have to check that is it a past tense, a present tense, or a future tense. All right, and let's find the word which is giving us the hint. Okay, Ferrer's design greatly increased. Ed, this is a past tense. Okay, so the amount of electricity the original battery which the French physicist Gaston Planté 15 years ago could hold. All right, so what do we get from here? This is a past tense. All right, so they gave us the hint that it we should expect a past tense word here. So our answer would be: is inventing? No. Will invent? No, it's not a future tense. Invents? No, it's not a past tense. It's not a present tense. Had invented? Yes, this is a past tense question. So this is the correct answer. Next question. Classical composer Florence Price's 1927 move to Chicago, making a turning point in her career, marked a turning point in her career. It was there that Price premiered her first symphony, a piece that was praised for blending traditional romantic motifs with aspects of black folk music and dash supportive relationships with other black artists. All right. So this is again a tense question. So let's see what is our hint word here. It was there that Prince premiered her first symphony. Premiered. Ed. So they're telling us this is a past tense, okay? But still, let's find if they give us another clue. A piece that was praised for blending traditional romantic motifs with aspects of black folk music and dash supportive relationships with other black artists. So, uh, okay. Classical composer Florence Price's move to Chicago marked a turning point. Yeah, so they gave us the hint that it's a past tense question. All right, so let's check our answers. Developing, no, this is wrong. Developed, yeah, this is correct. Let's move on. In 1990, California native and researcher Ellen Aqua left her position as chief of Intelligent Systems Technology branch at a NASA research center dash the space agency's astronaut training program. To join is joining, joined, joins. All right, so left her position to join. Like this is making a lot of sense. Okay, is joining, joined, joins? No, that's wrong. This is correct. Next question. Slam poet Elizabeth Acevedo's debut novel, The Poet X, winner of the 2018 National Book Award for Young People's Literature, is composed of dash protagonist 15 years old Zuema Batista. Okay, poems. Okay, this is a possession question. All right, so let's see. So what are they talking about? Slam poet Elizabeth and debut novels. They're talking about the novel. All right. National Book Award for Young People Literature is composed of dash protagonist. Okay, poems of uh, putatively written by the novel's protagonist. Okay, this seems correct because it's novel's protagonist. All right, composed of poems putatively written. Okay, this A is correct because it's showing possession here. All right, this is wrong because poems is not showing possession here. All right, poems putatively written by the no. This is also wrong, and this one's also wrong. No, yeah, this is correct. All right, so moving on to the next question. Okay, this is a grammar question. All right, so we don't even have to read this first sentence before the full stop, okay? Because it doesn't help us decide the answer in this type of question. So we just only have to decide, we just only have to read the questions just before the blank and after the blank. Why? Because we have to decide whether those phrases are, those clauses are a dependent clause or an independent clause. All right, so let's see. Nakalamba doesn't just compile the information. Okay, so this is a solid and this is a an independent clause. Okay, dash she also shares her findings with African farmers, enabling them to make data-driven decisions about managing critical food crops. Okay, so she also shares her findings with this whole is also an independent clause. However, when we join though with it, it becomes a dependent clause. All right, so let's see. Nakalamba doesn't just compile the information. Okay, this seems okay till here. Then though she also shares her findings. Okay, though, all right, this whole becomes an independent clause. All right, when this is joined with this. Okay, and after that he is using a semicolon. All right, semicolon is used to connect two independent clauses, so this is correct. Now moving on to the next question. Emperor Ashoka ruled the Maurya Empire in South Asia from roughly 270 to this much. He is known for enforcing a moral code called the Law of Piety, which established the sanctity of animal dash, the just treatment of the elderly, and the abolition of the slave trade. Okay, which established the sanctity of animal dash, animal life. Okay, animal life. Now it's also a grammar question, so let's see. He is known for enforcing a moral code called the Law of Piety, which established the sanctity of animal life. Okay, the just treatment of the elderly and the abolition of the slave. So here we can clearly see that they are using, there's a sequence of commas here. Here is a comma and here is a comma. So this is a non, which established the sanctity of animal. So this is a non-essential clause. Okay, non-essential. So how do we connect a non-essential clause to a sentence? By adjacent commas or adjacent dashes. So here we have this adjacent comma. So this is our correct answer. Next question. And 2022 Nobel Prize in Chemistry was awarded to three prisoners in the field of click chemistry. Two-time, all right. So they're introducing two-time Nobel laureate Barry Sharpless, who coined the term click chemistry. Okay, they introduced the first person. Okay, Caroline Bertozzi, founder of the Bertozzi Group at Stanford. Okay, they introduced the third one, and Morton Medal. Okay, so we have to look for the sequence. What are they using the sequence? Okay, the sequence they're using here is that they're using semicolon whenever they introduce a new character. Okay, so right here they introduced a character, then used a semicolon. Introduced a character, then here there should come a semicolon. Let's see, Stanford and a semicolon. Yes, this one is the correct one. Moving on to the next question. Archaeologists have estimated that the pre-Columbian Native American city of Cahokia, located across the Mississippi River from modern-day St. Louis, Missouri, had as many as 20,000 inhabitants in the year 1150. Dash, it was one of the largest cities in North America at the time. Okay, so across the Mississippi River. All right, so let's see. Let's first decide what clauses are before and after the blank. All right, archaeologists have estimated that this located across the Mississippi River from Louis had as many students in the year 1150 CE. Okay, so this is an independent clause, a solid independent clause. Okay, and after that, making it one of the largest cities in North America at the time. Okay, so this is also an independent clause. All right, so what can we use here? Wait, this is not an independent clause, this is a dependent clause. Why? Because making it one of the largest cities in North America at the time. Making what the largest city, we don't know. So that's why full stop here and semicolon here have the same functionality, so we'll just remove these both. Okay, and after that, making it one of the largest cities in North America at the time. A dependent clause joined by an independent clause, we use a comma in between. All right, but let's again check the first sentence if it is an independent or dependent clause. Archaeologists have estimated that the pre-Columbian Native American city of Cahokia, located across the Mississippi River from modern-day St. Louis, Missouri, had as many as 20,000 inhabitants in the year 1150 CE. Okay, so what are they telling us? They are telling us that uh, they located something that it had as many as 20,000 inhabitants in the year this much. So yeah, this is an independent clause. All right, so this will be our answer. Next question. In 1899, Swedish chemist Svante Arrhenius developed an equation to answer a long-standing question: why do chemical reactions speed up at higher temperatures? The Arrhenius equation, named for its creator, dash an important concept in modern history. The Arrhenius equation, named for its creator, have remains, are remaining. All right, this is a tense question, so let's see our hint. Okay, what is our hint? Why do chemical reactions speed up at higher? The Arrhenius equation, named for its creator, dash an important concept in modern history. Okay, so have remained, no, this is wrong. Remain, no, this is wrong. Remains, yes, this is correct. C is our answer. Next question. In 2015, a team led by materials scientist Aniruddha Sumant and Diana Berman succeeded in reducing the coefficient of friction between two surfaces to the lowest possible level, super lubricity, a nearly frictionless and, as its name suggests, extremely slippery state dash when they see a, okay, so this is a modifier and subject question. So let's see what are they describing. A nearly frictionless state. Okay, so they're describing super lubricity. Okay, a nearly frictionless state. Okay, when their COs drop, this is wrong. Okay, because this super lubricity needs to come at the start. Okay, so two surfaces, this is also wrong. Reaching super, this is also wrong. Super lubricity is reached when two surfaces COs drop below 0.01. Okay, so this is correct. Wanda Diaz Merced is an astrophysicist who lost her sight when she was young. Diaz Merced's condition inspired her to develop software that can translate scientific data into sound. Sound-based tools dash scientists to detect subtle patterns in data. Okay, sound-based tools dash scientists to detect subtle patterns in data. Has enabled, enable, is enabling, enables. All right. Such pattern may not be evident. Sound-based tools has enabled. Okay, this one seems correct, but let's see. Enable scientist detect. Okay, this one is enabling. This is wrong. Enables. Okay, these three seem correct. So let's dive further. Okay, sound-based tools. All right, let's see which tense are talking about. Diaz Merced's condition inspired her to develop software that can translate scientific data into sound. So this is a present tense. All right, develop is a present tense. Okay, sound-based tools dash scientists enable scientists to detect subtle patterns in data. Such patterns may not be evident in traditional graphs. So enable, okay, because it's a present tense, all right. And how do we know that? We know that by looking at this verb, which is develop. It is in present tense, so our answer will also be in present tense. Moving on to the next question. Researcher Lindsay developed a process for increasing the tensile strength measured in gigapascals or GPa of silkworm dash dissolving and reviewing the silk in a solution of iron metal, iron zinc dash dash dash. Okay, which okay, silk by. So this is a grammar question. So let's see which sentence comes before and after the blank. Researcher Lindsay developed a process for increasing the tensile strength measured in gigapascals or GPa of silkworm silk. Okay, so this is an independent clause, all right. Till here, till silk, it is an independent clause. And next, by dissolving or reviewing the silk in a solution of iron, metal, iron, zinc, and sugar, Z increase the amount of force required to stretch it from approximately this much to this. Okay, by dissolving, he was able to reach this output. Okay, so this is also an independent clause. Okay, so this one, is this correct? No, this is wrong. A comma can't separate two independent clauses. It needs to have fanboys with him. Okay, so silk by, no, this is also wrong. Silk and by, the wrong. Silk and full stop, this is correct. Next question. After winning the 1860 presidential election, Abraham Lincoln appointed Edward Bates, Salmon P. Chase, and William H. Seward to his cabinet. Lincoln's decision was surprising since each of these men had run against him, but historians have praised it nothing that Lincoln dash his rivals diverse talents to strengthen his administration. That Lincoln has leveraged is leveraging. Okay, this is a tense question. So let's find out a verb which the writer has used to identify our answer, to identify the tense used. Okay, Lincoln's decision was surprising since each of these men had run against historian, but historian have praised him. It nothing that praised. Okay, ed, they gave us the hint here that it is in past tense. It nothing that Lincoln dashed his rivals. Leveraged. Okay, so leveraged. Has leveraged? No, wrong. Is leveraging? Wrong. Will leverage? No, it's not in future tense. It's not in present tense. Has leveraged. This one's correct. Leveraged. Okay, that Lincoln leveraged his rivals. That okay, this is correct because it's in past tense. All right, next question. The 1977 play And the Soul Shall Dance depicts two Japanese American farming families in Depression era Southern California. Critics have noted the way pioneering Dash compares the experiences of Issei. Okay, so this is a grammar question. All right, so let's identify what comes before and after the blank. Critics have noted the way pioneering playwright compares the experiences of Issei, Japanese, and Nessie. Okay, so we can easily see that this is a complete sentence. Okay, when we separate this part from this part, compares the, it doesn't make sense. So there won't be coming any comma here. So this is correct. Playwright Wakako Yamuchi. Okay, so this name. All right, so this is coming here. Next question. In the 1970s, Janaki Amal, a prominent botanist, emerged as a powerful voice. Okay, so we don't even have to read this all. We just have to read the sentences before and after the blank. Her exhaustive chromosomal survey of plants in Silent Valley, a pristine tropical forest in Kerala, India, that is home to nearly 1,000 species of native flora, many of which are endangered, dash instrumental instrumental in the government's decision to preserve the forest? Are, were, have been, was. So this is a tense question. So let's find out the verb which is describing the tense. Her exhaustive communal survey of plants in Silent Valley, a pristine tropical dash instrumental in the government's decision to preserve the forest. Okay, that is forest in Kerala, India, that is home to nearly 1,000 species of native flora. Okay, so they're not telling us here. Let's see here. In the 1970s, Janaki Amal, a prominent botanist, emerged as a powerful voice in India's environmental conservation movement. Her exhaustive survey of plants, a perennial tropical forest in Kerala that is home to 1,000 species of native flora, many of which are endangered, dash and instrumental in the government. Okay, so so this is not a tense question. My bad. Sorry about that. So they're talking about is it a plural or a singular? So it's a plural or singular question. That's why I got confused there. Her exhaustive chromosal survey of plants. So what are they talking about? In Silicon Valley, a Christian topical. So exhaustive survey of plants. So survey is a singular. Okay, so we're looking for a singular word. This was a really easy question. I was overthinking. Are wrong, were wrong, have been, was. Okay, was, have been. This is wrong. Was it, if it was has been, uh, then it would have been this. Okay, but was is correct because it's used for a singular. Okay, so next question. After the printing press was introduced, and sorry guys, my voice today, I think it's a bit odd and I'm getting more confusion questions today because I mean it's difficult for me to explain questions today because um I'm not feeling well, so sorry about that. But still, I was like passionate to make a video for you guys today as well. So never mind. Anyways, coming back to the topic. After the printing press, okay, so let's read this. We don't need to read this, okay. In one instance, pages dash a collection of Norse tales dating to 2070 were divorced, lining up Bishop's middle head. Okay, in one instant, pages from, okay, from a collection of. All right. So what is this? In one instance, pages from. So this is a dependent clause. All right. So can we use this? You have to tell me. We can't use this. Why? Because a colon only comes after an independent clause. Okay, if you don't know these basic rules, I've made a video in which I've explained these basic rules in great length. Okay, so don't forget to watch that video out. All right. So in one instance, pages from, this is wrong. Pages from a collection of Norse tales. From, this is also wrong. Why? Because if we use a comma just after from, it won't make sense. Okay, it's a run off error. Okay, so this is correct. This is also wrong because we don't have any other dash here. Okay, so this is correct. From. Next question. In discussing Mary Shelley's 1818 epistolary novel Frankenstein, a literary theorist, Gayatri Spivak, directs the reader's attention to the character of Margaret Savelli. As Spivak points out, Savelli is not the protagonist of Shelley's dash. As the recipient of the letters that frame the book's narrative, she's the occasion of it. Okay. Novel, rather. Okay, let's see. As Spivak points out, Swilly is not the protagonist of Shelley's novel. Okay, so this is an independent clause. In discussing Mary, yeah, directs the reader to, as Spivak points out, yes, this is an independent clause. Okay, novel. So, as the recipient of the letter that framed the book's narrative, she's the occasion of it. Okay, rather as the recipient. Okay, so let's see first of all that will rather come or not. Shelley's dash novel. Rather, as the recipient of letters that frame the book's narrative, she's the occasion of it. Okay, so this is a dependent clause. Okay, how do we join two dependent clause? We join them with a comma. Okay, so let's see. Novel. So this won't come because they are giving a statement which is against the first statement. So rather will come here. Okay, rather as the recipient. Okay, so this one. Okay, so they have used a semicolon here, then rather, and then they have used this comma here. So when we join this rather here, and if there's no comma, then it makes it a dependent clause. But when rather is separated from this sentence here, as the recipient of the letters that frame the book's narrative, she's the occasion of it, becomes an independent clause. So C is the correct answer. Next question. Winding through the ice atop Norway's Jotunheim Mountains, okay, is the Lenderbreen Pass, an ancient route that was used by hunters, farmers, traders, and travelers in the Middle Ages before eventually falling into disuse. Recently, archaeologists have unearthed, okay, unearthed knives, horseshoes, wool tunics, and thousands of other artifacts from the icy path. Okay, so let's see if it's a dependent clause or an independent clause. Recently, archaeologists have unearthed. Okay, so unearthed. Okay, so what have they unearthed? We don't know. So this is a dependent clause. Okay, knives, horseshoes, wool tunics, and thousands of other artifacts from the icy path. Okay, and this is also a dependent clause. All right, so how do we join two dependent clauses? We join them by a comma. All right, no, we don't join them by a comma. This can't be used. Okay, this also can't be used. This also can't be used. We don't need to join them by anything else. Okay, unearthed.